he's loose again. Edwards off and running. Must get back down to Edwards. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now, and they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Riley Williams. Goes for the free. Touchdown.
All right, everybody, welcome into another edition of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast. It's your hosts, Brendan and Trevor, tonight. And man, Trev, it is finally done.
That's right.
We are at the end here. We're doing college football player predictions, Heisman hopefuls. Going to talk a little bit about our top 25. This first look, I guess, at it, and we'll drop it on the the socials here, and then it's done. Season predictions, or prediction season's over, Trev. It's time to get into week 0, man.
Thank the good Lord for not making me wait any longer.
I know. It's if my voice is jacked up, it's because I've started smoking again to get to the end of this, to get me through this shit. But Trev, let's just go ahead and jump in.
Sure.
Guys, we're going to start off and just kind of, talk about our top 25 real quick, just so you can, see what kind of where we're looking at. This isn't really a end of season projection like some people do. This is just kind of power rankings more or less, with a little bit of last year cooked in. So Trev, when you look at the top 25, this is how we all voted, and then somewhere the composite. Do you have that one?
Yeah. I was just going to show everybody how each of us went.
So there's some that we obviously in the back end of the top 25
disagreed on,
but it's so hard at the start of the season.
Mm-hmm. Week 0, I mean, it is what it is. It's your best guess. Everybody
knows we're guessing at this point, and so are the top dogs in this branch of work. Who do you think on the composite here, Trev, maybe shouldn't be in there? Who's too high for you? Maybe too low on it?
And I've reiterated this multiple different times over the course of whether it was the Big Ten or just talking about overall the top 25, is that I think Illinois is overrated.
Yeah.
And I'm still standing on business with that. I think Illinois will end up being the team out of the Big Ten that falters the most out of everyone. At least the ones that are ranked in the top 25, that is, which is, there's only a few of them, but still.
Right.
I think Illinois will fall out of it, and we'll see if there's another team in the Big Ten that wants to step up to the plate, like in Iowa, which I think is very possible. But I just think Illinois doesn't quite have it this year. I mean, they're getting closer. Don't get me wrong; they're getting closer. I just think that to stay in the top 25, I think they are going to be feeling wanting, as they say.
No, I feel you. For me, I thought Washington's one from the Big Ten that'll step up.
That's also true. Good point. Yeah.
And I do think Illinois has potential to be up there, but they could drop off. A team for me that it's always kind of up there in the preseason rankings is Texas A&M, and then they always seem to fade off. And can they do it this year? I think we've got Michigan rated a little bit further back than some, or some have them in like 13 range.
Our composite ended up being further back than what I had them. So
yeah, I think our composite actually did pretty well compared to some of the national ones. So we'll see how that goes in on social media. All right, Trev, what's up next? We've got our picks.
We're going to go with the picks for the championship. We're going to start off with the ACC.
All right.
So
this was one you can go back and watch. Our preview shows. They're on YouTube, but this is just kind of like our finalized picks here. The ACC, Trev, you're leaning on Clemson, and so am I.
Yeah.
But you got Pitt making the title game.
I do,
which I think is really, really a bold pick.
It is.
But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, like we've kind of said, is that we know it's Clemson, but that second team, they're kind of up in the air on who that second team is going to be at this moment in time.
Yeah, there's definitely room for somebody to step up there, and if Holstein's healthy, that's a team that could make it. They
And
could
that's the same,
easily,
same thing can be said for Georgia Tech. I mean,
absolutely.
as long as Haynes King can stay healthy and they can have a healthy secondary going into the second half of the season, I
Yeah.
think Georgia Tech has a solid shot at it. But that look, all of these conferences, it's tough to get through the conference, let alone unscathed, then also be getting through your conference schedule healthy. It's very hard to do.
Absolutely is. And there's room, like you said, for so many of these. I feel like the Big Ten feels a little bit more like it could be chalk, but there's also teams there that are hungry to get in, and we're gonna see that. Trev, who's next? Is it the Big Ten next, or you
No,
got the Big
I got
12?
the Big 12 next. We'll have the Big Two.
We're gonna
the Big Two.
let
Yeah.
that suspense stay there. Just
The
little
suspense
longer.
just a little bit longer. Big Ten's next, and then we'll do the SEC last.
All right, well, let's look at the Big 12.
Yeah, let's take a look at them real
And
quick.
of course, guys, drop it in the comments. We want to hear, do you think these teams have a chance to make it? Are we out of our freaking minds? I don't think so, but of course we would. Why would we think we're out of our own minds?
Yeah.
Trev, you got Utah winning against Arizona State.
I do.
I like
and
the
I feel
Utes,
like it's
man.
bold. I feel like it's a little bit bold because they have an unproven quarterback. I mean, he's not unproven necessarily. He's just, I would say, undisciplined with the ball.
Yeah.
At least his history but he was basically doing it by himself when he was at New Mexico.
He was.
So Dampier has a lot to prove as far as his ability to manage the game and keep ball control consistently and not turn it over. So yeah. I'm looking for a sub 10 turnover season for Dampier at Utah, and I think that will be perfect for them.
Yeah, I can see Utah really getting it and running it. They're again, this Big 12 is so wide open, guys.
Yep.
There's so many teams that could come in. I mean, Oklahoma State could come out of nowhere and freaking go from worst to first. Like there's so many possibilities. Go back and check out our YouTube videos on our previews. These are just our picks. I don't think we actually mentioned them on the last episode, so we're doubling down. I've got Baylor, and I was flip-flopping so much during that episode, man. But I was like, today I'm going with Baylor. I think during the regular season, Arizona State's going to beat them in Waco, which would be crazy. And then I think they're going to be able to run the gauntlet and get themselves to the title game. But I just feel like Baylor's going to meet them again and win it. And you'll see kind of the top 12 when it comes to playoff projections, it was tough. It was tough figuring out who's going to be the top 12. You'll see when we lay it down. Trev, the Big Ten, we mentioned there might be some teams that step up that people maybe not are expecting, or some, hey, they're talking about them as dark horse.
Well, I mean, both of the ones that I picked, I would say are probably considered dark horses by a majority.
You're laying it down, son.
So I would say the two teams that I went with are probably outside of what most people would say are favorites to even be in the conversation.
Yeah.
But I think Washington and Michigan both have a lot to prove this season. A lot to prove because Washington didn't have the season they wanted last year. Obviously, we know what Michigan's quarterback situation and granted they ended the season great. But overall the season was just a roller coaster of just like you never knew what you were getting game to game. And I think they're looking for consistency this season. Same with Washington. They're looking for consistency and finishing each game better. So with that being said, I do think that Michigan does rebound, kind of reestablishes themselves as the top defense, one of the top defenses in the Big Ten. And I think they also have a coming out party as far as that goes for their offense. With everything that's been hearing about and everything like that. So we'll see how that all plays out, but I think that they'll do well enough to make it back to the Big Ten.
Yeah, and guys, it's so easy to just put down chalk, and that's what I ended up doing with Penn State and Ohio State. But it's like we're a college football talk show. It's like we're not trying to, just be like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to go off the favorites. Sometimes that happens, but some football happens too, man. And Washington absolutely has a chance maybe to knock out Ohio State in Seattle this year. Michigan has a chance to go five straight against Ohio State. If again with the quarterback situation there, It's obviously better than what it was last season. For me, with Ohio State, I picked them to go just with their schedule. I do think they fall early to Texas, but that's again out of conference. It's not going to matter. I do think Michigan gets them, but there's enough for them to slide in there. And then Penn State, I hate saying it, but I think they're going to finally get over the hump this season. They've got too much talent to not. So we'll see if LR does. I don't know. I hate saying it, but
I'm not buying what you're selling, but that's okay.
That's fine. I've been wrong before. Texas Tech, you've let me down many times. NC State, you've let me down. So maybe it'll be Penn State this year that fries me. So
probably the hardest conference to really go with as far as the top heavies go. The SEC, just hard to kind of figure out who's going to come out of that top 6-7 teams in the SEC, where who's going to separate themselves to be the two that represent the SEC in the championship game. And let's see what we got here. Brendan went with Alabama, and we both went with Texas, and then I went just a little different, not by much, but a little different with Georgia. And both me and Brendan said that Texas is going to lose in the championship. So that would be surprising, honestly, if everything holds true to what they're claiming and everybody else seems to think that they're going to do this season. It'd be surprising.
It's a loaded schedule for a lot of these teams, and I do think Texas has the roster to get there. Georgia, same. Bama, same. It just depends on these quarterbacks, and all of them have new faces starting this year. Now, we do know Arch. You know, he played in a few games last season, but this is his first year as a true starter. And then Stockton as well. Ty, too, on Alabama. LSU, which teams. I usually lean with veteran quarterbacks. LSU, they've got that. But when I just look at their schedule, I think it's just going to be too much for them to handle to get to the big dance and also to get to the SEC title game. So I'm rolling with Alabama, even though the Jam Miller news just came out today that he got injured. Yeah, I think their line is still going to road grade. In the early season, they're going to be able to manage with the talent they have. They're going to air it out and let this young quarterback, he's not young, but he's starting quarterback, new one, and Ty Simpson just air it out and use those wide receivers to just break it loose. But guys, that's our picks for the Power Four conferences. Let us know again who you think. Are we off base? We've been hearing it all up and down on the comments. You should see some of them. So it's been fun though. I don't care. Trev, let's look at our playoff rankings.
Right. Be gentle with me, folks. Just be gentle.
We're working through the process, okay?
Be gentle. So I'm going to throw my prediction for the college football playoff up first. And we're just going to see. And I forgot to have you change one thing. So this is it's going to look a little different because Arizona State's still on my CFP projections. When I needed to put Utah somewhere in there, but
you want to fix it up real quick?
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just this is my initial prediction, and then I flip-flop myself because thanks Big 12 for being so unpredictable. What I will probably end up doing is removing Big 12 out of the top 4, putting the ACC champion, which in this case is sorry, I take that back. It would be Big 12. So it'd probably be Notre Dame would jump up into the 4 spot.
Yeah.
If I was to guess, maybe Georgia. No, I don't think they'd put 2 SEC teams with a bye, but maybe they would. It's possible.
Coming out of the
flip-flop Texas and Georgia because Georgia would be winning. So beating Texas.
We'll post the updated one.
Yeah, we're gonna update this. I forgot, like when we did this, like I completely forgot to update Brandon on all of my picks, and then whatever. We had these before we had the selections, so I'm gonna take that down because the longer that's up, the more people can dissect the shit out of that.
Hey man, it is what it is. It's not easy, throwing these up and trying to figure out who the hell is gonna.
That's on me. That's on me for not updating. But well, now we're gonna dive into Brendan's because
Yeah.
because
Hey,
that's what we're gonna do.
throw it on up.
Yeah.
So my group of 5 side, I've got Tulane coming in at 12.
Mhm.
Just when I looked at their schedule again, and also getting Retzlaff really, I feel like settled it for me. Yeah, even if they lose the 2 out of conference games to Duke and Ole Miss, I just think they're going to be able to run the gauntlet there at in the American. It's not the AAC anymore; it's the American. But then, of course, I've got Bama winning. The SEC. I think that would just put them at 1. I got Penn State winning, put them at 2. Clemson 3, and I think Texas is going to do enough to still hang into that 4th spot. And then after that, Ohio State's going to be in there. I do think Baylor will be able to climb with the conference title game, so pushing them up to 6. 7, I've got Notre Dame. I think they're going to lose one of these early ones, maybe both, but they're still going to have enough by the time their quarterback starts coming around to get in schedule wise. Georgia be up there. Arizona State. Some people think the Big 12 will only get 1 in, and I think that's definitely a possibility. I just feel like Arizona State and BYU are going to kind of like just flip flop in that middle end range of the playoff rankings. And then Michigan, I think they're going to beat Ohio State again, and they're going to slither their way into that top 10 mark. And then same with Miami. Miami's not one of my picks. I've got Georgia Tech playing Clemson, but I think Georgia Tech, after losing probably again to Clemson, I think it'll be their second loss to them in the regular or in the season, that it'll bounce them out. And then Miami's sitting there waiting, and they'll just slide her right on in. And Mario Cristobal finally gets him a playoff team. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know. Oregon fans, I'm certified hater on you this year, so I'm leaving you out. I've got to stand on business. I think you're right in the edge there. I think South Carolina can be right on the edge. There's so many teams that are right in that 12 to 15 range. And remember, it is still the top 5 conference champions have to be in. And then it's put in place. What the hell? It's not how it was last year, basically.
It's straight seeding.
Straight seeding. I couldn't get the word.
Your conference champion we'll just say Utah, for example. They might be sitting at 15 when they play the conference championship. More than likely, they'll get put at like the 11th or 12th spot after the conference, just to put them in the playoff, but they're not going to get a high seed.
Yeah.
Depending on where they are in the rankings. But conference champions are in. Where they get put, that's a whole different question.
They could very well backload, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's very true. It all depends on who's winning the championship games at this point. Because if you have a Texas team that's number 1 in the country and they happen to lose to, we'll just say, just for argument's sake, like a number 15 South Carolina makes it in or something like that.
Yeah.
You're going to probably see them drop down to like 5, and then you're going to see South Carolina probably get in at like 12 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be crazy. I'm actually really excited to see it with
how
this
they work
change
it
this year.
I want to see how they work it.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be some teams that get bumped out, that are in that 10, 11 range that think they're safe.
They're not safe.
You better win your conference championship game, and that also will, the seeding, all that directs towards the home seed advantage too.
Yep.
So there's so much riding on this, guys. It's going to be exciting. Just let us know what you think. Who's getting in? Who's getting left out? All that good stuff. Hit us in the comments. We're interested to hear what you got to say. Trev, we're going to hit up the Heisman, right?
That's right. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to just go your favorite and that's it? Or do you want to go your top 3 as it stands right now?
I figured top 3 if you're down for that.
I'm cool with that.
So I'll go first, and I think you got to have Jeremiah Smith in there.
You do.
I feel like
he is the best overall. He's the best player in the country, hands down.
Yeah, and with the young quarterback, he's going to be leaned on so much. I could see them just airing it out to that dude all freaking year, like heavy, like double time. So I've got Jeremiah Smith. I've got Klubnik.
Okay.
And then I've got Arch being up in that top group.
Okay.
If Texas is going to go that far, his name is gonna carry that weight.
Okay. All right. So this
No love for the
is
running backs. Sorry.
yeah, nah, man, I don't
It's
know.
so
It
hard
was
for a running back.
for running backs this day and age with the passing that's going on, like the amount of stats that quarterbacks and receivers are putting up at this point is absolutely insane. However, I've got a hot take for a top 3, I guess you could say.
No.
So I do have a player from Ohio State, but he's not Jeremiah Smith.
Ooh.
It is Caleb Downs
Oh, that would be something.
being a Heisman candidate at least early on. I
can
think
see
that
it.
I think that's look, he's by far the best overall, not just safety, but defensive back in the country.
Yeah.
Hands down, bar none. I'll stand on business on that. Regardless, I think Caleb Downs should be in the conversation depending on the season he has. Like turnovers, I think he'll be active in the line of scrimmage a lot.
Mhm.
He'll be more of a hybrid role this season for we talked about it when we talked about Ohio State, is that I think he's going to be more of a hybrid role. I think he's going to really be affecting the game at every level, being the linebacker, the line of scrimmage, and in the secondary. I think they're just going to have him all over the place. So I think he's going to be he's one of my top 3. And then I'm going to Cade Klubnik.
Oh, it hurts you to say that. I know it does.
It does, but at the end of the day, Clemson's going to have I think he's going to have a phenomenal season with Clemson this season.
Yeah.
I think. And I'm going to go with Ryan Williams.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if Ty is going to have somebody to lean on,
it'll be him. It'll be him. So I'm trying to not lean on quarterbacks too much, even though there is a high probability. While you said Jeremiah Smith, I think depending on who officially starts week 1 or whoever they name as the starting quarterback, if it is Julian Sayin, I think that he's got the arm talent to basically sling it all over the field.
Yeah.
And I think that he could be a 1-year Heisman candidate. Like first year, boom, you're a Heisman candidate.
He could definitely be
by halfway through the season. There's definitely a possibility for that. So that's like my I guess not necessarily dark horse, but kind of an unknown, because I don't think they've actually officially said he's the starter yet.
I thought yesterday they alluded to it, but
did they allude?
I need a double check because
I don't think I don't know one way or the other. I still fully expect him to be the starter.
Yeah,
but yeah, I highly doubt the youngster, the 5-star that they got sitting behind him, will jump over him.
Yeah,
this season, because I think his arm is just too good to ignore.
Yeah, I think it'll be him. I think some of the other ones that are going to be hanging around, everybody's talking about Nussmeier. He could be with just the stats that he's going to put up, but this is like a team award now too, guys.
It really
this isn't just it's unfortunate, but that's just kind of how it is. I just don't know if LSU is going to do enough to get him that win, but I think he's going to put up the stats.
I would say Drew Alar has the potential of getting in there.
Yeah,
with the his big body running ability and everything like that, he could potentially get in there. I don't think that's very likely, considering all of the crazy athletic talent that's out there this year. I just think that he's going to get overshadowed by a lot of that. Not saying that he's not good or not good enough to be in the conversation. I just think that there's just so much talent this year, especially with the youngsters. And Brendan, I mean, we've talked about it before, the freshman class. We just don't know. The kids that are starting for the first time that we've never seen play, we don't know what we're going to get in half these guys. There's a potential that Underwood has just a phenomenal season for Michigan, and he gets his name in the run in there too. So there's a lot going on this season as far as talented players.
And even for me, running backs wise, just to mention it, I think you have to talk about Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame being one of the top running backs.
Yeah.
And then Singleton from Penn State would be another one. If Penn State has a year that I think they will, he's going to get a ton of carries. And I know they split carries there, so that might hurt him a little. But I think it'd still be enough for him to be in that conversation
I agree.
At least one of the backs, from Penn State. So we'll see what happens with it. Guys, let us know who's your favorite. Is maybe a dark horse like Lenore Sellers, or maybe if Florida has a great year and DJ Lagway is healthy.
Also a
Like
possibility.
there's so many options.
Also a possibility. Yeah.
We'll see what happens, guys. It's going to be a fun year.
You could even throw Ty Simpson in there if he has a phenomenal year. You never know.
Absolutely. Very true. Trev, the one thing we've got to do is pick our national champions.
Oh, shit.
I totally forgot about it. Who are you leaning on? Or do you want to wait? Do you want to save it?
No. That's okay. Who are you? You go first.
Not you, not you, me. No,
not you, me. Not me, you. Go.
Do you mind
all right.
thing back up?
All right. Brendan's tops. Here we go.
This, I lean towards veteran quarterbacks. I lean towards heavy rosters. And I don't want to say it.
Say it. Come on, brother.
If I had a hat on the table, I'd have two hats on the table. It'd be Clemson and Penn State. And I am tossing James Franklin's hat off the table. You're not going to do it. It's going to be Clemson. They're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, he'll get out coached. He'll get out coached by Dabo all day long.
That's where I'm going. I got Dabo winning that bracket. And
for the most part, generally speaking, other than a couple swapperoos, like Pitt would be out, Utah would be in, and it's a couple other swaps that I have to do on this. This is generally what I believe is going to happen, and I think that it'll probably, man, if that actually worked out, where Ohio State and Michigan had to play again in the first round of the playoffs, that would be
home field in Columbus as well.
So Michigan loses that one, I think, all day long. Just 2 weeks removed, or a week, 2 weeks removed from playing there. But I think Oregon beats Bama. I think Georgia whoops the crap out of Memphis. And Georgia would be in there. So crap, who did I say? Put it. Whatever, it don't matter. This is hard. I think Georgia gets all the way to the semis.
Yeah.
I think that Alabama gets to the Oregon gets to the semis. And I think Georgia gets to the finals. I think Clemson gets to the finals. I think Clemson ends up having to beat Ohio State in the semis. And then I think it's a Oregon and Clemson national title.
Oh my gosh.
And Clemson wins.
That would be nuts. That would be crazy. The haters would come for me if Oregon made it that far. They'd fucking put me on a stake, man. It would be bad.
I'm not very confident in it. I'm going to tell you that much right now. I'm not very confident in it.
As we're talking about it online.
I'm not very confident about it. I will tell you, Oregon fans, I'm not confident in it. Because you guys have to go through. If my bracket kind of falls the way I think it will fall, and it comes to fruition, you have to go through a fucking gauntlet to get to the get to the natty. Between Bama and Texas, just alone.
I'll tell you what. We'll get updated imagery for our week 0 preview.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo mine and make sure it's accurate, and then we'll circle back. I guess maybe for the week 0 preview show.
Yeah,
you'll circle back. We'll circle back.
Listen, guys, we're having fun here. We're enjoying it. It's college football, man.
I'm so excited, guys. I'm stumbling over some of my words because I'm stupid excited. Finally activated my YouTube TV. Now that's ready to go. I turned off my cable when hockey season ended. So
hey, that's the way to do it, man. Save you some cash.
Save me some cash, and then boom, I'm back in it.
It's gonna be quad box season. We're gonna be having it up and running. But
I'll have a couple TVs in here.
Week 0 preview, guys, coming out probably Wednesday of this week. I mean that we're here. It's time.
It's happening.
And we'll get you our updated brackets on there, kind of show you how we think it'll play out. And then, we'll go from there. You guys will have the full, Farmageddon's, preview up and all that. So we appreciate you guys watching. Let us know what you think. Trev, anything else?
And just don't forget, Sunday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, we will be live talking about college football once the season starts. So that first Sunday after Farmageddon and everything, we will be on live.
Yeah. And so check us out. It'll be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And you can find us on YouTube probably as well, right?
Yeah. I think we're going to do a live on YouTube as well.
We're going to fiddle with it throughout the season, just kind of see what plays best, but we'll keep you guys posted. So again, thank you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you around.
It's time. Have a good one.
It is time.